And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, across our beloved Copper Empire. It's great to be in the Empire today. And you're watching Arnold Holonet News, the only news you'll ever need because, well, you have no other choice. They're really bum rushing into this epic confrontation. Bo-Katan Mandalor. They're already dropping all of the requirements confirmed right now. Really excited for the next two. They're going to happen for this character. Only 4 characters in total. Kind of odd, but holy cow. Definitely some high relic requirements compared to previous epic confrontations, but to be fair, the last epic confrontation was what, 2019, so like 4 years ago. And we also have some other interesting things. Capital Games adding characters to Galactic War shipments. Holy cow. Y'all, come on over. We got a lot to talk about here in AHN today. I first want to give you guys a big thank you for all the great feedback you're providing me in yesterday's video. Still currently working on the all teams ranked updated spreadsheet. Looking to do a few things, you know, the scoring still, I'm just me kind of throwing stuff at the wall saying how I want to do some scoring. But as you can see, you can try to see where I'm going at here. I'm working on making different tabs for different types of content. I'm not sure if we'll do the PvE stuff because, you know, usually focus on the PvP stuff, leading the PvE stuff. Regardless, still working it, so it's kind of a nice little break, talk about these requirements. But thank you nonetheless for the feedback. I'm still looking for even more feedback to how to make this even better for all those folks out there that need the help. I want to get you that one and done shot. Let's just get to it. Here we are, Bo-Katan Mandalor requirements. So I just want to say this. I know some people were bummed, like, oh man, no new legacy character this year. Legacy character's been kind of a fun little tradition at the end of the year, at least the past 2 years. I think we still might see a legacy character. It seems kind of odd. We haven't gotten a road ahead. You would think you'd want to talk about epic confrontation in a road ahead. It just seems like, boom, they're just trying to sprint this out. And before even the next road ahead comes out here, I mean, they already talked about these cool new characters, IG-12, really cool to see that. And then we have Kelleran Beq, the person who saved Grogu, as we saw in Mandalorian Season 3. So I think they're really trying to rush through this. But nonetheless, let's read what they have to say. We have some exciting news to share about Bo-Katan Mandalor and the requirements for upcoming epic confrontation event, including a sneak peek at our next 2 marquee units. Now, we were kind of expecting a lot of requirements. You know, when you look at General Anakin Skywalker and Darth Malak, the only 2 other epic confrontations we had that took place in 2019, there was, you know, it was a quite extensive list of what you need. You need like Padme, you know, C-3PO, variety of separatist droids, Asajj, and then Malak, you needed the light side Old Republic, the dark side Old Republic. Here, you're keeping it to just 4 characters, but it's the big but right here. Relic 7 minimum for all of them. I mean, at least it's not Relic 8, Relic 9, but still nonetheless, kind of nuts. I was actually kind of worried about my crazy Relic 9 investment because like, oh my gosh, this isn't going to be helpful when I want to make an unlock guide. Well, I'm not too far off of Relic 7. Beskar armor, Mandalorian, Relic 7. I think this is actually, I hate to say it, I hate when people get Executor and they're not upgrading their Beskar Mando for the raise because I get the character might not be like stupendous, but you really want to get the most bang per buck out of Executor. So for a lot of people, if you have Executor and you made sure you got your Mando as high as you can, this won't be all that bad. Has Vizsla Relic 7, brand new character that just came off the market. If you want to see my initial review, there's a card in the top right hand corner. Long story short, the light side Mandalorians are a bit blah right now, but maybe these 2 other characters will help us out here. We have IG-12 and Grogu. Yes, yes, yes! I can echo that right here. That was one of my predictions for this upcoming, just in general. Like, if we're getting Mandalorian Season 3 stuff, I want this to be added, and it's the closest that we're gonna kind of get as a Grogu that's a combatant in Galaxy of Heroes. So for me, really excited to see this come into the game. Probably, I mean, I like past those, but this is gonna be really cool. I know I'm a Mando head. I want my Grogu to play with. This is the closest that we're gonna get to it. And then we have Kelleran Beq, which I just love the backstory, at least, you know, behind this. You know, as you guys know, Ahmed Best played Jar Jar. And it's hard for us to know this now, but the prequels got a lot of hate back in the, you know, the young Skywalker, Jar Jar Binks. So it was actually very pleasant to see Ahmed Best get put into a role that people can love and appreciate, you know, in the regards to saving and protecting Grogu during Order 66. And he also was kind of funny because he was in the Jedi Temple Challenge thing, which is just some random YouTube mini series thing. And it's like, no big deal, but they brought him into Mandalorian. So I think the backstory in that regard is pretty darn cool. The question I have, Relic 7, by the way, the best Jedi, get it because I'm odd best. What I'm wondering here, y'all, is this the team? We're going to do Bo-Katan, Beskar Armor Mando, which, by the way, I hope they do a touch-up. I really do. We talked about this in the review for Paz Vizsla. The Mandalorians need a lot of help the light side ones, that is. And one of the problems is Beskar Mando has like next to no Mandalorian synergy aside from tag. And the comparison I gave is Asajj has a Separatist tag. Not that great for the Separatists. Beskar Mando's kind of similar. You can't cleanse, you can't give damage immunity. I want to believe they're going to touch that up, but I'm guessing this is the team of 5, you know, IG-12 and Grogu. I hope maybe they give Grogu a Mandalorian tag. That'd be kind of cool. I just don't know how Kelleran Beq is going to kind of fit into the equation. So this could be a really interesting team. I was just expecting a lot more. We were expecting maybe, you know, Praetorian Guards could be added. They're not making this into a big epic confrontation like previous characters with a lot of requirements. 4 requirements, that's it, nothing more beyond it. They could have definitely milked Mandalorian season 3, but they're not. So I don't know, I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. I think I kind of like the idea of more characters, but like Gear 12 instead of Relic 7 them. But you know, we're kind of past those days. They've also rebranded Legendary events where now they require Relic 5 minimums, as we saw of Grand Inquisitor. So you know, times have changed, but I do, you know, kind of miss that other model, just, you know, lower gear stuff, but I digress. You know, we're not living in those days anymore of Galaxy Heroes. By the way, in case you missed it, shortly after the video when we have the announcement of the Epic Confrontation Bo-Katan Mandalor, I presented a concern that I was like, start hoarding your currencies, your guild event tokens, just maybe even everything, because we don't know what they're going to require to get the character from 5 to 7 stars, because historically the 2 that we had, Gas and Malik, they would get you at 5 stars, which was trashy, and then they would make you farm the rest in the guild events tokens to 7 stars, which took many, many months. The community hated it, and then the developers hated it because we started hoarding currency. That's the result. So no one liked it. I'm glad, just to confirm one more time, that they said it, no hoarding needed for this. You're just going to be unlocking her at 7 stars right away. As you previously mentioned, Bo-Katan Mandalor will unlock at 7 stars, so there is no need to hoard your get currencies. Spend freely. Lastly, they ended up in this prepare yourselves. Ooh. I don't know what that could be in regards to. Prepare yourselves. Maybe the event's coming really shortly. Maybe the road ahead's coming soon. You know, it seems kind of odd they've been pushing this road ahead for a little bit. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Going on over to the next point of conversation that we have our updates for October 25th. Of this month. So quick note, if you haven't known, we've mentioned this a while ago, Capital Games has run this Extra Life campaign to raise funds for an amazing cause for charity, and they reached $46,000. And what this means for you is that you're going to get a lot of freebie stuff inside the game as we're going to showcase, but there's still time. If you want to donate $25, use I'll leave a link to this forum post. Use their link. You can donate it to the CG Extra Life. And, you know, you'll get some stuff out of it. You'll get some Jedi Knight Cal Kestis shards, you know, get some Galactic Legend Leia Organa shards, and then you'll get a variety of different materials. You know, again, the most important thing, it's for a charitable cause, right? You know, you should donate just because it's a good cause. And, you know, it's all extra stuff afterwards. And speaking of extra stuff, you don't need to donate any money to get these actual milestones here. So basically, they've hit all the milestones, so you're going to get all of this stuff. Now, it's not the most impressive stuff. Free stuff is free stuff. And again, you know, it should be about the giving part, not so much the receiving part when it comes to donating to charity here. But, you know, that's nothing really like too crazy. You know, you're going to get some free inbox stuff. There'll be a web exclusive thing. They'll run an extra credit heist, an extra galactic challenge. I'm going to laugh if it's like an impossible galactic challenge. No one can do it. An extra assault battle. They're running all the capital ship events basically, except for Profundity as well, and basically all the Big Daddy capital ships here. So shard shop currency, the way I'm looking at it, or maybe you're working for Finalizer and Radis, you need that extra run. So again, and then there's a free 7-star for 7-day calendar, an extra galactic challenge there, and some double drops. So again, free stuff's free stuff. It's cool to see that they raise so much money for this cause. Again, our community is amazing over here. What else is new? But there's some other important things I want to put out here. Captain Drogon, the last layer requirement is finally farmable on Cantina. I'm a fan of that. I know some people hate Cantinas. I love Cantinas. I'm done. I can use my normal energy on, you know, Chirotech if need be. I'm always hoarding relic material anyway, so spending a few weeks on, like a few weeks rather than a few months on a hard node to farm a character, I'm totally down with that. So love that. As we're going to see, as a result of this, they started putting characters into Galactic War, which historically they've said we're not putting anything else in Galactic Store or Galactic War Store or the Squadron. So kind of a cool thing to pull out of this. Another thing here, they're fixing Cat's Proving Grounds. So they left the Super Commando touch up in there, and let's just say it was difficult. I managed to beat it in my free-to-play account. I just had to kind of adapt to the situation and change things up. a perimeter combat is still working, Sentinel is still working, but it was very difficult, made it hard for the other lineups to work, so they're fixing it. It's going back to normal, thankfully. This has been driving people crazy. So when they added Paz-Vizsla, they added a new crit avoidance up, crit avoidance down debuff, and Savage was accidentally getting this crit avoidance down debuff, and people were like, whoa, what's going on? It wasn't that big of a deal. It kind of, I felt like, was buffing the character somewhat. You know, if he had crit avoidance down, he could still be critically hit, and you want Savage to be critically hit. So it really didn't make a massive impact, but it was really like flipping people out. And I get it, because Savage, you know, we love the guy. It's like, oh, what's going on? Is this a nerf? Is this a buff? What the hell's going on? They're fixing. It was an accident. Fix Savage being a little too excited to showcase the new critical avoidance down debuff. He should no longer gain it at the end of his turn without dispelling it from a random ally first. I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be like a part of you know, when Paz, he has crit avoidance up, you know, base can flip it to crit avoidance down. I don't know, and somehow Savage can pick it up. I don't know. It's kind of not a big deal at the moment. So maybe it'll be a bigger deal down the road in the future. But I want to show you the Drogon thing real quick. Come take a look at this over here. My gosh, this was kind of impressive. So if you hop on over and check this out here, they said Captain Drogon shards are now farmable from Cantina 6F. They replaced Wedge and Tilly shards, which moved to Galactic War shipment store. Now again, this is kind of a big deal. As they've said, they've been kind of fully against adding characters to the free-to-play aspects, you know, Galactic War, Squad Arena, Cantina store, yada yada yada. But I like this because it kind of sets a precedent after so many years of not getting anything. The last thing we got in the shipment here was the Magma Trooper. Basically, it was the last thing we got. But now, let's see, did they squeeze it in here? It's kind of nice. You have Biggs and Wedge here. Maybe I gotta wait for the shipment to refresh to see. I'm not seeing it right now, but it should be added in here shortly after. I'm guessing another refresh whenever that kicks in. But so it's nice. So when they add new characters to some of the existing nodes, they might move some more of the legacy characters in here. Now, I'm just throwing it out there. It's totally wild, totally unexpected. But like, imagine in the future when we get all these new characters, they're like, you know what? We're gonna put Bosk in Galactic War store. I don't want to get you guys overly hyped here, but it just, you know, it shows that they're willing to put stuff back into these super accessible free-to-play shipments. Wedge, not a really important character in the game, but kind of important to lead into other important characters out there in Galaxies. Definitely usable, but just not necessary for, you know, getting big wins out there. So it's kind of cool to see they're doing it, but I'm hoping maybe a cooler character is gonna be added. Nonetheless, that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode of AHN, ladies and gentlemen. That is gonna be the Bo-Katan Mandalor requirements. Curious how fast they're gonna pump it out. I'm guessing IG-12 next week, and then maybe Kelleran's gonna be added a week or two after that. So we're probably looking at a Bo-Katan Mandalor release probably early mid-November. I can't wait to do it with you guys. So guys, sit back, relax. Let me know your thoughts down below. Man, I think it's gonna be an exciting last part of the year, and we still even got the road ahead. We still have the new raid, and I'm thinking they might be able to squeeze in a legacy character. So time will tell. But until then, always remember that it's great to be in the Empire today.